Well, that was a tough fight. I didn't expect Edge level spell right out of the gate. I was sitting on a counter spell, but I figured I can take it. Probably some hold pets and something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That was tough.
I was like, this will probably go poorly when I moved right next to her, and then next second I was just gone.
Yeah.
I was just dead.
I was kind of afraid she used the figure of death second time on you, because then you would be raised as a zombie.
yes.
Yeah.
I was expecting Power would kill on Riddle, to be honest. I was expecting her to just be demolished.
Yeah, when I saw Lauren about to walk around the corner while she was there, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, that could have happened. Could easily have happened. Yeah, if she didn't have to waste her counterspell on that Feeble Mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 10 minutes. I'll pause from here.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, well, where to from here? Back from break, coffee in hand. Riddle has had to leave us, so he's tagging along with the group. But
In the spike. Yeah.
yes, in the spike.
Mm-hmm. So, so the big paladin tasked with guarding the innocent from the forces beyond the material plane. He kind of has to go. What do you guys think?
Riola agrees.
Okay.
So back out onto the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move us to the map. Let's see. Here it is. Oh, there we go. And if I draw your attention up here, the hour has tolled. And you've just come out now. You went in at the Dancing Spider, and you've come out at the Broken Prison, which is way up to the north here.
That hour thing is just for us players, right? The characters have no idea about any kind of progression of events.
No. Yeah, that's right. But you can tell that as the bell tolls, it started out. Let's see. Yeah, it started out at 13, and it's each time the bell tolls, it's one less. So it's more like a countdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the tolling isn't really once an hour. It's once per day, sometimes two per day, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's the countdown is not going to a set schedule, like sand through through an hourglass or whatnot.
Okay.
So you come out of the Broken Prison, and you can hear sounds of battle, sounds of terror from the citizens within the houses.
So we'll just run towards the nearest source of deception noise.
Okay, and you run to the nearest source of disturbance, and you find that there's a family in there, a citizen with a mop or a broomstick or something, another one with a chair held up, and there's this smoky wraith in the room.
Yep.
We won't play out the battle, but I presume you rush in there and dispatch the wraith.
Yeah, one after another.
Yep.
Until something very significant happens, that's what someone will be doing.
Okay.
Did we have a short rest after our battle with the wraith?
You haven't yet, but
Okay.
You can leave Serval to run around. It doesn't seem great that threatening.
No. I'm fine. I was just curious.
No short rest. This was only because you could hear sounds of battle and distress in the distance. I think thinking of resting in the broken prison, you can feel yourselves being watched by things as well, and you had been, and the party had been swarmed by these sort of air elemental type creatures that fled after a time, but there was a lot of them.
Yep.
So where are you going, or are you just going berserk, fighting things in the city?
Yeah, saving whoever he can.
Okay. All right.
Real as well, so just fighting stuff.
Okay. So, I'll get everyone to roll a. After about 10 minutes of fighting, you're starting to get a little tired. And it feels as if, this is happening all over the place. You also notice in one of the houses that you burst into that the wraith there has already done its work and was raising its dead as spectres.
After dispatching the wraith, so we'll put the dead ones to rest.
Put the spectre down, yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere amidst that, I think Soto would address Deki. Whether he could do the thing again with the sun shining, because that's the weak part. I mean, wraiths are weak to sunlight.
Let's have a look.
It was out of weather, something.
Yeah. We haven't had a rest since then.
No. And there's been some 6-level heals and good gear, good stuff.
Good stuff. I don't know. I think to cut it short, Soto will definitely push himself past at least one level of exhaustion to keep going, and then I think he would have to rest.
Okay. Okay, I'll get everyone to roll constitution checks.
Checks. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, checks.
Yeah.
That's the same idea.
Okay. All right, Diki, you're okay, but the other 3 of you, just your constant fighting over the next, 10 minutes or so, does give you 1 point of exhaustion. I think Diki is the only one who's able to fight on.
So disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep.
So that would be, where's Diki? There you are. You're okay. What can we use for exhaustion?
We were using the sleepy one.
I mean, on our D&D
Oh yeah.
sheets. Sure.
Oh yeah. We can always refer to that. Diki's okay. Slottle. Alright, so we've got 3 that are exhausted, and you feel that it's like fighting in a war. You keep on carrying on like this, and it could continue, but you can pause and take a breather and whatnot.
Diki looks over at a friend. I think you both need a break.
Is there no sanctuary of the Raid Lady anywhere near where the citizens could take refuge?
There's the shrine on the other side of the city. That's more of a roadside shrine, so open to the streets. It has that little garden around it.
Lauren does have a couple of spell slots free to chuck up his hut mansion thing.
Ah, the gateway.
Also, how late is it? So I think it's still the same day as when we went to Dr. Zacharias and the Action House and everything.
Yes, and you're not noticing. It's looking quite late. Not quite dark. Not quite dark night yet.
I think maybe we should just tune in for the evening.
But it's been a long day.
And the people can the mansion hold?
How much or how long?
How many?
How many? I don't think it
Which
has a limit.
which mansion?
My magnificent mansion.
Oh, the pretty okay mansion.
Yep.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there's a limit.
Magnificent mansion. Yeah, it's more about how much food it can. 50 cubes.
Sure.
So it's not a each cube being 10 foot on a side. So
You and any creature you designate when you cast a spell.
yeah, okay. So easily 100 people, not a whole city.
Yeah.
Correct.
At least we can gather some of the people we rescued.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Whatever we can take with us. And
I'm
that's it
also
for the day. Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna use let's see. Use minor illusion. Can't really use minor illusion as a beacon thing. I guess I'll just cast firebolt just straight up into the sky as like a symbol of come here.
All right. We put up some flares. Gather the people that you can. Some that you've rescued, some that are tagging along, looking for solace. And then I think it was Aloran that conjures the magnificent mansion.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Aloran, the gateway appears, and you, like the Pied Piper, you lead everyone through into the promised land of banquets.
Criella's wait, that's how it works, right? Yeah. Criella's not going to go in, but is gonna set up a tiny hut outside
Okay.
and just wait if any other stragglers come.
Okay. So when the hut is cast, you determine at the point that you you cast it, which creatures can come in and out. It means if someone happens to come along later, you can't let them in without dropping it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just gonna stay there and wait, and then
Okay, so
cast it and then drop it and cast it again if anyone needs it.
you've got a little hide. Okay. Well, within the hour, some people come running past. Splash, 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 looking over their shoulders.
Cool. I guess is there any more room inside the?
Yeah.
mansion?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of room. Yeah.
I guess I'll just send them in.
Because the city's actually fairly thinly populated anyway, it seems. Unless people are all gone into hiding in their basements, whatever. Okay, you drop your hut, step outside, hail them, and they sort of spear along, and you can see that there's a handful of what look like ghouls or something, sort of sprinting zombies chasing them. And they say, "What's going on? The dead have risen all over the city."
I mean, just go through that. Is it a door that leads into the thing?
Yeah.
Just go through there. You'll be safe in there.
Okay. You usher them through, and they ascend the stairs. Actually, can you do a persuasion for me?
Good at that one. 24.
Okay. So you convince them pretty handily that you're there to help, and yeah, that's it. Okay. But yeah, so the people tell stories of ghosts and wraiths, banshees and spectres. You know, you get an idea of the way that they're describing it. It's all about those incorporeal undead. The spirits of the dead are all rising throughout the city.
I knew I should have slain those vile creatures at the tower.
Okay, and are you guys going to take a long rest, I presume?
Yeah, but before that, Xolotl will go around tending to the most wounded, spending his lay on hands, things like that.
Okay, yeah. So you Corella, you leave it till the last minute. Things start to die down a little bit in this quarter, at least in this section of the city, and you probably head through yourself at some point with the last few stragglers from the area.
Yeah.
You see they're being tended to either just through grief and trauma or actual physical injuries. There's not a lot of actual injuries. You know, if you get hit by a wraith as a commoner, that's usually it. Unless it's, you know, they've tripped over and, you know, stuff like that. Collateral damage. And everyone spends the night, you know, dreaming of standing knee deep in water. You can tell that there's a city behind you, but it's as if you're about to take one step forward and then you go down to your, you know, knee deep, past your calves. You take one more step and it just goes past your patella, just a little bit on your thighs. And you take one more step and it's just whoosh, you fall forward, and then the camera pans back and there's just this drop off as far as you can see, as far as you can feel beneath you. And with that you wake up, having had a long rest, but and enough to recover one level of exhaustion that some of you might have got. But it feels as if the long rests are not quite so rejuvenating as they might have once been. If it gets any worse than this, you might not even be able to recover from exhaustion from resting, if these dreams continue. What do you want to do from here? You might have about 40 or so people in the chamber with you.
So originally, I think we were going to the Arcane Asylum, just dropping by the Dancing Spider.
Mm-hmm.
That's still an option. Also think today we can pick up our water breathing spell at Sneerins if you got it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Is there any place that was like ideal for selling something?
The auction house, if it was magical stuff, was willing to buy stuff. Or
I mean just like general.
or trade
like,
for squim. You haven't seen any shops. There doesn't seem to be any commerce to speak of.
Because I've just realised that I've got a silver coffer in my robe of useful items, which is worth 500 gold, but it's silver, so they might actually take it.
Yep.
So if you want to just find a place where we can stop off and then we'll be rich.
Well, if the race haven't killed absolutely everyone in town, there was the blacksmith. He could melt it for you or something.
Yeah.
So first, Sneerins for the spell.
Okay, so you making your way south or north? Sneerians is almost directly opposite.
Yeah, I think so. Would be the shortest.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah. And then I think later on you can leave the mansion still up for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your long rest. You come out onto the streets. It's quiet. Quiet of people, I mean. The day seems to be about 2 hours shorter than it was previously. So the sun is still rising into this grey sky. There's still mist creeping over the walls that you sensed after being here a couple of days. You're still seeing some of these vermin, rats and things that have been coming up from beneath. And as you make your way around the city, you can hear thunder pealing overhead.
Lauren pay particular attention to the rats and things and see where they're coming up from.
They're coming up from the drains, so where the rain that comes down from that either flows straight off the eaves of the houses, but also down the walls at the edge of the city, all runs inwards towards the centre. But it doesn't. It's not just running through the streets. Even along the streets, there must be drains or sewers or something, because there's gaps every so often where rainwater can run in, and it is in quite a strong flow, and that's where these rats are coming from, back the other way.
While the party goes to the bookstore, I'm going to just take a side. So I can scroll. I'm going to take a side visit to the Shrine of the Red Lady.
Okay.
Just light the candle while they're there and spend a few moments in prayer.
Okay.
And there are no wraiths around no more, right?
We'll see. Can you roll a D20 for me?
Okay. 8.
Okay. Just make sure I catch everyone. You should see city streets resolve now. It'll take a little while. Okay. You're going along through the streets, keeping your eyes peeled, very wary, and at the roadside there's a small stone that's been embedded into the cobbles. Seems out of place. Deaky, looking at this, it looks like it's someone's removed a cobblestone and swapped it out with one others, and it looks like you recognise this custom. If someone is killed on the road, people might remove a cobblestone and put in like a headstone for a grave, but it just marks the place where someone has died, one of their loved ones.
Yuki's thing isn't here, by the way.
Whose is not there?
Yuki's.
Dicky.
And Riddles is.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, so there's a headstone. Well, it's not a headstone, a standing. And you can see under these eaves there's a statue. Looks human sort of sized, a little bit bigger. Quite stocky.
Well, I say, hey everybody, see this little rock here? I think we'll put these here to mark a spot where somebody died.
So
I'm not
so
really
we'll look
sure if
around.
it's under it or anything, but you could peek.
So we'll look around and point out.
I think people fall with all the rocks around here.
There's a sound of like a you can
Detect
hear
good and evil.
you can hear something.
Detect good and evil.
Yep, you cast your detect good and evil, and you can detect what seems like where this headstone is. A face appears and rises up. It's a wraith.
Give me to charge at it.
Yep. I'm just going to go to the turn order here. Just clear it.
Oh, sorry. I draw.
Here we go. It's clear now.
I got that one for 7.
Ah.
Yeah, so everyone has +6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so that's 31 for already.
Oh, and that's 32.
The cobbles.
No. Always by one.
The cobblestones rise up and bust near you as well, tearing at the foundations of the street apart. And this fluid comes, sort of oily fluid comes sort of gushing out, spreading in a circle, as this sickening tearing sound like slopping mud. And 2 bipedal monstrosities, which sort of seem to drip some sort of corrosive ichor, rise up as well.
Holy moly. Tiki, you rolled a nat 22.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh, we got 3 of them. And then there's a lot of ones there.
everyone got that 20 with me. Wow. So take you add your +6.
You can just click on your number and then type
Okay,
it.
so we've got the wraith is in there.
Mhm.
These 2 creatures. They look sort of like a walking cane toad with a mouth that opens in many mouths. They leap out very quickly. They're clearly more dexterous and nimble than they look. Descending, we've got Kriela, Aloran, Dicky. This demon devil thing, the wraith, and Solotl. Kriela, what do you want to do?
I guess the usual. Go up to the Hell Beast. Short sword. 13, I'm guessing misses.
13 does miss. Yep.
24 hits with the Cat's Eye Shard.
Okay, cat's eye shard hits.
8 damage, and then sneak attack. That's another 22, and then firebolt.
Now, firebolt will be disadvantage unless you move away.
I've already rolled it, so I'll just
Okay.
go with disadvantage.
Okay.
24.
Who cares?
27 damage, and then I'll move away.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Now the firebolt did double damage.
Ooh.
You've determined
Well, that's
that
useful.
it's taking. It's particularly susceptible. Like this corrosive ichor that covers it, just is highly flammable, and it just took 54 damage from your firebolt.
So just put that in the chat. So it's D4 every time it hits me.
Okay. Kriella, big turn there. Lauren, what do you want to do?
I'm going to throw out a web spell. Can I put it down so I don't know if web is going to affect the wraith, but I'm going to put it down under. It's a 20-foot cube, yeah. So I was going to see if I could put it underneath him and the crabby guy. It'll fit.
Web is what, 20 foot?
Yep.
There you go. There's your web. Do you want to do
So they both need to do a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. The cane toad creature passes. The wraith.
Virtual race is going to be immune because it's
Yeah.
a restrained condition.
Yep, seems to ignore it. Seems to just sort of like mist go around the webs.
Yeah, I completely. It's not what I was. Anyway, and Lauren's going to probably move out of the way a little bit, and head over into this corner here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Diki, what do you want to do?
I'm going to speaking of, I'm gonna, well, because I'm gonna move back a little bit. Where am I being? So type on in here, and then I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope on the group.
Oh, nice. Advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and regain maximum hit points for any healing that you should get while this is going on. Great, Beacon of Hope.
And that's it.
Wow. Do you know what's the area of that, Diki?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so there's 10, 20, 30. And that's centered on you?
Yeah. So it's just gonna, and I can choose the creatures. So, or any number of creatures within range. So it's just gonna do my group.
Okay. All right. So everyone is within that. The beast goes. Two bite. Oh, okay. All right. So this one comes over to you, Solotl. And it's just going to attack. A bite.
That's what I'm here for.
Hits with a natural 20.
Nice.
Okay, so doing 30. Oops, that's not right. Yeah, 32. 50, 60 damage with the bite.
Straight 60.
60, yeah.
Yep.
It attacks with a claw. Missing. And another claw missing as well. Scratching off your armour. Now in the web, it's still half movement rate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And also, I think you need to make the saving throw at the start of its turn as well.
Another saving throw. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it fights its way out, and then comes and attacks you, Creella. First with a bite, hitting on class 27.
That hits.
Doing 14 force damage and 7 psychic damage.
I guess I'll uncanny dodge the first part, so that's just 14.
Oh no, yeah. So it's the psychic and it's all still one attack as a source. So
Oh, okay, so
you
21,
halve
so
all of it.
11 damage.
Yep. Slashes you with a claw. Doing armor class 16.
This hit,
Hits.
because it's exactly the same, yeah.
Okay, yep, so that's going to do 15, 20, 24 damage. And the second claw is going to hit, also doing 22 damage.
Should've dodged.
46 together.
Did you have a bonus AC from Bladesong?
Beacon is not giving AC.
No, Bladesong. Should you got your intelligence or something?
The Wraith comes through and just attacks you, Solotl. Hitting arm class 25.
Oh, yeah. It's
Doing 28 damage, and you need to do a con saving throw. This is necrotic.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
There we go.
Nice
What did
one. Okay, so you ignore the permanency, but you still take the 28. Necrotic. And Solotl, it's your turn to reply.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna mark off the 28. There we go. Yeah, first at the Wraith, I'll attack with the dagger.
Okay.
It does a crit,
Nice.
so 4th level spell slot for 10d8 radiant. It's 1 and 2. 39 plus 24, that's 53
53.
radiant.
Oh.
And I don't know what's the damage line on the dagger. I'm assuming d4.
At least,
Probably
yeah, so 2d4. Yep.
2d4, that's 6 plus my strength, so 9. So 62 total.
Wow. Okay, it's barely there, but still alive.
Okay, so as a bonus action with my Silver Thief using the Hungry Joe's,
Yes. You're going to chomp it.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay, so that's silvered. 10 plus 5 radiant.
All right, your new silver grill does the work, and you destroy the Wraith.
Nice. And for my second attack, I'll attack this big guy
Okay.
over here. It's also with the dagger. That's a crit.
Okay.
So another 4th level spell slot. D8. 1, 2.
This will take an extra dice because it's Fiend.
Fiend. Oh, so 2 more. Okay, so 1721 for 60?
60
Yeah,
damage.
Oh, sorry. 50.
That's okay.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, 50. 50 radiant plus 2d4, just regular dagger,
Okay.
plus 3. So that's 72
7,
total.
8, 9. Okay. You dropped him to badly injured, half or so, and with that one stab.
That's it.
Okay, Aloran. Oh no, Hammer. Am I right? I miss Creela.
Real. Same as last time, I guess. Dagger, stab at the one next to me. 14 misses, I'm assuming.
14 misses, yes.
Okay, cat's eye shard. 17.
17 hits.
Okay. 10 damage and sneak attack. 23, so that's 33 overall, and then I'm going to move back next to Aloran
Mm-hmm.
and Firebolt.
Okay.
27 to hit.
It hits. Double damage.
10. Do I roll again, or is it just double the 10?
Just double the 10. All right. With the last firebolt, you immolate it, and it collapses in a heap and dissolves into a puddle of acidic stuff. Well done, Aloran.
Sorry to interrupt. I made a really stupid mistake. Those 2 hits shouldn't be crits because it's crit on the roll of the dice of 15 or higher. Not just. I was seeing just with my modifiers.
Okay.
That was
All right.
stupid.
No
It
worries.
should regain some like 70 hit points.
Okay.
So that was awesome, Killer.
Yeah.
But Lauren's going to shoot the other cane toad with his hand crossbow. For a 29 to hit.
That hits.
That is 10 points of piercing damage. I'm going to take a bardic inspiration to do a psychic blades. And 26 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Zolotl.
Okay.
Just 3rd level for 12 points.
No,
Not a lot,
12
but
points.
It's very nice.
Automatically full.
Whatever the maximum is,
Automatically
that
goes
he
for the
Yeah, the maximum is.
amount of
So
time.
Oh,
under the beacon and bathing of light from the red maiden, you regain full healing from Aloran's spell.
so 16, I guess.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deaky.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. Did you cast Prayer of Healing?
No, I cast Healing Word.
Oh, Healing Word. Okay. I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing,
Okay.
which means speaking of heart, it's going to go up.
Right.
But Prayer of Healing.
The Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do that one. I will do Mass Healing Word then.
Okay.
So,
Or mass. Let me do mass cure wounds, sorry.
so the beacon of hope is still up then. If you,
Pardon?
so beacon of hope is still up, right? If you're not casting
No, as soon as I cast a spell, because that's concentration. So,
No, you need to cast another spell with concentration to cancel the first one. You
Oh,
can still
okay.
cast other spells as long as
yeah.
they don't have concentration.
Okay, so this will automatically go for full then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And is 44 the maximum?
It will be 4d8 plus 12.
4d8, that's 32 plus 12, 44, yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Nice.
So anybody who's damaged should take full.
That's a lot of healing. Thank you.
Okay. The Hydroloth goes and seems to concentrate a moment and blinks out somehow. Celotl, you hear it going flap 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 flap, like running off into the distance with its sort of loping, toad-like gait, and somewhere off in the distance, you see a large stone lift up where there's water running under the city in through a drain, and the drain sort of lifts up. It just sort of rips it up, and you hear and then a splash. It looks to you as if you couldn't see it, but it moved away from you and then dove into a stormwater drain.
Yep. I really regret not taking Sentinel feat.
Yeah. When I get to 20th level.
20th level, yeah. Looking forward.
Alone's gonna reach over and heal Criella.
Okay.
I'm going to take a
Parsley.
step forward so I'm in the range.
Yeah.
But healing.
So, Kriya, you need to add your 44 healing.
44.
Yeah, that was mass cure wounds for everyone.
So you get a 44 and a 17 as well.
And then a
Should
17.
should max you out, I think.
Yep.
And are you keeping on pursuing this thing under the city or keeping on making your way?
I'm
That's
super curious of what's under the city.
Anything under the water level, I think we should first get our water breathing spell.
Probably.
Yeah, I reckon we get water breathing and then we go.
All right.
Lake.
We'll go move back to our map. Get back to our bird's eye view.
Rebecca, you still planning to go alone?
Yeah, I was just gonna go say a prayer to the Red Lady.
Yes. So everyone, you're at Snerian's, and you can go in there and pick up your scroll that he's got it there ready for you. Deke, you go to the shrine of the Red Lady.
If she's going, I think Sarah will go on a security detail.
Is that Solotl? Are you going with Deke?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if she's open to it. I don't know, maybe some private
Oh, yeah.
religious ritual.
No, I was just gonna light a candle and while they're there and sit in silent prayer.
Okay.
I hadn't done that yet, so spend some time.
Okay.
Give you some space, just staring down that freakish tower in
Yeah.
the distance.
Oh yeah, where the undead are. Deke, can you roll me a religion check with advantage, please? This is about your ritual, your vigil, whatever prayers you say and whatnot.
Ooh.
you feel from this point that you probably could access the infinite stair here, in this garden of lilies. And how did you go with your religion check?
Not well. I was doing an 8.
Oh, that's that with advantage.
That is really
Oh, okay.
Could I also roll
and
better proficiency in religion?
Yes, you can roll. No advantage, but
Yeah, not much better.
we
okay.
need to spend. I need to obviously spend some more time
Yes,
Mhm.
on
it's
my,
just
my duties right now. I'm sadly.
okay. You say your vigils, you say the right words and so on, but I don't feel any connection. But you would know that the true vigil is spending a night here, in the rain, in the garden, under the gaze of the Red Lady. But you've done your rituals, and eventually, between the two of you, catch up with the rest of the party. And where to from here? Because you only came to Snerian's to get your scroll, yes?
Can I also ask Snerian if he has a vampiric touch scroll?
Sure. Let's have a look. What level is vampiric touch? Out
Third
of
level.
Curiosity. Okay.
Third level.
All right. Can you roll a percentile dice for me?
Oh, 48.
Okay. He says to you, oh, "Yes, I've got it. I do have vampiric touch here somewhere, but it might take some time to find. Have you got a bit of time to wait while I rummage about here?"
Do we?
And
Are
have you got anything in trade, silver or magic?
I have silver. How much would it be?
How much have you got? These are trying times.
10 silver. Which is a lie if you want me to roll
Yeah.
persuasion on
Yeah.
deception or
No, he says it's going to take a lot more than that.
How much is a lot more?
300.
Oh, well, I definitely don't know.
Jobs.
Maybe I'll come back at a later date.
Okay.
I don't think my 25's really gonna cut it.
Okay. All right. Well, you head out from Snerian's. Deke and Zolotl are just joining up, approaching the group as well. Where to from here?
Well, was it a scroll or a book that we got the thing in? Just out of curiosity.
It was a scroll, something that you could use to learn the spell. Add it to your own book if you choose.
Okay.
So if it's a spell book, it's in the format of a scroll, just a very simple spell book with only one spell in it.
Right.
Do you need time to put that into your book?
Yeah, it'd probably take about 3 hours of research and scribing, just, hunched over your book to get it in there.
Yeah. I can't remember what the exact thing is, but
Less than a day.
I'll check.
Do we want to go try doing some work to earn some money? We seem to be lacking on money.
Yes, that would be rather useful. For each spell level, it takes 2 hours and 50 God points, so that's 6
Okay.
hours.
Okay. All right. So the better part of a day.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The mausoleum's not too far from here, Sir Lottle. That's why you're giving it the eye.
Staring at it.
Yes. So we haven't been role playing the whole lot, but I don't want to role play every fight. But you're feeling like it's a bit of a running, pitched battle through the city as now, rather than just wandering through a gloomy city. This is now under siege.
Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas? Where to go from here?
I mean, we could try and sell something. Because that was.
Yes, I do have something up my sleeve that would go for quite a bit, yeah.
Try selling that mirror we got. It makes you mad if you try using it.
It is a puzzle, that mirror.
Do we go to the auction house and see what is up for grabs?
Okay.
there?
Well, you're making your way through the streets to go somewhere. So I'm just continuing your journey around, looping through the city. And eventually get back up past Dr. Zakari's and back to Fiddle and Blind's.
I'd like to. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
That's okay. So you head back into Fiddle and Blinds, are you? Looking to trade something or?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
also curious what they've got. So.
Let's see. All right, back to Fiddle and Blinds. Get rid of a few duplicates we've got here. Whoops, I brought through some labels with me as well. Okay, you go to Fiddle and Blinds and you can see there's a lot of these lost characters all sort of lingering around still, but nowhere near as many as there was last time. You go in towards
Sorry.
you go into the auction house proper, and you can see that there's Fiddle is there again, and they're gearing up to have another auction. Oh, welcome, come in. You're just in time. We're packing up. We're looking at moving soon.
Moving where?
Oh, just we've pretty much run our course here, so it's time to go looking for other markets. This place is drying up. He looks at the sky in irony as the water is leaking through the holes in the ceiling. Can you roll a d20 for me? This is Criella.
Yeah.
This is just
14.
for what's up. What's for?
Right.
Okay. He says, well, we've got a particularly useful item. No doubt it will be quite well sought after. And there's a ring on a pillow.
What does it do exactly?
Well,
What?
This band is for people who are nervous around water. It might help someone scared of the lake or overcome irrational fears of creatures. It's a small golden band, unmarked, lightly misted with water, smells like the ocean.
That would be useful, I suppose.
He says, this is a ring of swimming. He says, why are you in the market for a ring of swimming, sir? Madam?
Possibly?
Going for a dip?
Not sure yet. I mean, it always feels like I'm going for a dip when I walk outside here, but...
Well, shall we start?
Sure.
Will anyone opening bid one squeam?
William. Silver? Or...
Oh no! We're not interested in silver here. Just squeams.
What is the scream?
It's an ability point.
Oh, I see.
It's a point of charisma, intelligence, or wisdom.
Intelligence or wisdom. What don't I need? One scream hair.
One scream says, "Oh, any of you care to raise?" And looks around at the rest of the party. No one else bids. And oddly, no one else...
I'm casting Zone of Truth.
Okay. No, oddly, no one else in the crowd bids either. And he says, "Oh, well, this is your lucky day. Sold for one squeam to the tiefling in the corner." And he gestures, "Come, let us trade." And some sort of amulet or something, as you approach, seems to sort of suck like a... What's the Harry Potter creatures?
Dementor.
Dementors, yeah. Seems to sort of suck something out of you. And you get to choose what you let go of.
I lose one wisdom point.
Okay, so 1 point of wisdom is transitioned to Fiddle and Blind. And they say, enjoy your dip, as they give you this aquamarine ring. And
Now they have to make charisma saving throw.
what's that for?
I casted Zone of Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Ask them a few questions.
Oh, okay. All right, you cast the Zone of Truth. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. What do you do with all your squeams?
We save them for a rainy day.
And where would you keep these squeams?
Close to our hearts. But really, they're not the sort of thing that they're not physical. You don't just put them somewhere.
Then how do you store them?
Oh, they're not stored. It's like drinking cool water. They are consumed. And they one of them gives you a particularly, almost a sinister look. It's why I get out of bed.
What would you trade 4 squeams?
4 squeams? What do you mean?
Well, if we sold you something, could we get a squeam?
Oh, no. No. We could auction something for you.
What would we get in return?
Well, if you want to donate something to us, we could give you Scream credit.
What does Scream credit entail?
Well, I guess you could bid on something and knowing that it wasn't going to cost you quite as many screams as you thought. Because you...
See.
Turn around and yell at this Ronald. Could you come in here a moment, please?
The Waddle's muted, so I'm assuming he is.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Your mic is very low.
Oh,
Um,
oh, down. I was going to say, can you come in here a moment, please?
Yes.
These gentlemen take
Yes.
people's screams and absorb them, and they're about to leave because they've used everybody's screams up here and go to a different location and do the same thing elsewhere. But they won't sell screams to other people. Would you mind doing a detect good or evil on these two?
Whoa, 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 let's not go flying our good detects good uns and evils and things. We are merchants.
Okay.
and I'm gonna do it.
Okay, and what do...
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, okay, great.
I'm not sure if these are nice people.
This is going to be
Oh,
interesting.
my screen's back.
But
Yeah,
detect
well,
evil
well,
doesn't really detect if someone is good or evil. It's just really stupidly named spell. Just detects if they are from other planes.
I suppose that could be fays, fiends, undead.
Ruby?
Okay, no, they don't detect as any of the things on the list. They're not they don't trigger your aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, undead.
Yeah.
I sense nothing.
Well, I don't know about nothing. And they smile.
Does Dookie know if they passed the zone of truth thing?
No,
Okay.
no.
No,
We
I
should.
just don't think it's very natural that they've sucked the life out of everybody in town.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
move and
steady
do
on
something
here.
else.
People have
Sorry,
voluntarily bought things. It's like that's like sucking the gold out of all the pockets of people by selling them pastries.
Sucking the intelligence out of people.
Ah,
we
yes,
should be saying.
that's what we
To
find
the point
of
they
value.
can't make decisions themselves.
Yes, it's a sorry state when people give away more than they can, but wisdom is to be cherished.
Do you have anything else that you plan to sell before you go?
Is there anything in particular you're thinking of that you're looking for? We are always on the hunt for acquisitions. Maybe we could come back to this area and seek you out.
Is there anything anyone's looking for?
No.
They say, well, there's packing to be done. I would suggest you not linger in this city for much longer.
Why not?
Well, it seems to be deteriorating.
I see. Well, we may see you again at a later date, I suppose.
Just out of curiosity, but he's not quite letting you go if he can help it. What manner of item were you willing to trade or sell?
Well, I found the staff, and I'd indicate to the staff of 9 lives,
Oh, okay.
which is just over my shoulder.
Yep.
Which,
Okay. Well, if you're looking at going into the water, we've got remember we said we had one of those apparatuses similar to the one that you've got that you came past with last time. We would trade that for it.
I see. First, Diki, do you want to start? I can post the stuff about, because you weren't here and you're the only person I don't think I've offered it to. So I don't actually know. But we can't hear you that well, by the way. Your mic's very quiet.
So the staff, you can see, you can do Death Ward, and it regains charges.
Yeah.
Is it just Death Ward?
Revivify.
Death Ward and Revive.
Oh, I see. Revivify's on the next row. Yep.
That's a good one because I'm starting to run low on
You must be very low. We did it was quite a tight amount that you could get at the start.
I'm down to 650. I started with, I think, 1,500, 1,600.
Yeah, okay. And it's 300 for
Revivify, and then plenty of grid restorations
Yeah.
go around.
I just ran out of attunement slots because I've got other things, so I didn't really get the...
Well, this has all been great, but if you guys want to swap things amongst each other, that's fine, but we need to go and get packing.
Do you think?
And they go off to their chambers.
Should kill me.
I
So
wonder, if we did, could we take the screens?
You're not sure. But I think DQ was trying to get that out of them, but they were talking about consuming the screams, not...
I just think we shouldn't let them go do the same thing to another place.
As far as I can tell, they are not coercing anyone. Every participant is willing.
For now. We don't know what their eventual plans may be, though.
Hmm.
Be what it may, they haven't broken any laws.
To our knowledge.
Yes. But that's how the law enforcements work. You can punish people for things you think they might have done.
I suppose. What are we doing from here?
I think you could probably discuss that over next week and come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We know that things are turning quite quickly. It seems days are getting shorter, weather's getting worse. Rather than just vermin, it's now undead. Passively, the populace was, maybe a threat, maybe friendly. Now they're all beset, and it's more like you're stuck in a running battle, which you've been doing through the city over the last couple of journeys through. I think, who is it? I think it's Criella that is quite desperate to get the 6 hours of alone time to sort out the water breathing.
Yeah, I think, you know what, we could just go to Cicero. Korea can sit down and study with her book.
Yep.
And that's a good place for rest.
Yeah. Okay. So let's assume you head back to Cicero's.
I'm going to go do a long vigil at the...
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So
in that case, Xotl will come with you.
Okay.
Just for safety.
So Solotl and Diki go and have the long vigil, while Criella with Ashtar, Riddle, Aloran all head back to Cicero's. when you get to Cicero's, the doors are barred, and it takes some time before you can convince them to let you in. There's a few adventuring types that are in there, and a few investigator. These probably conspiracy theorists, and now everyone's starting to believe what they say. And there's one guy in there who comes to you and says, I've been looking for you throughout the city. There's been mention of you trying to find answers, and I know. I saw it happen, and we can go into that next week. But Deke and Solotl, you stand vigil for the. Let's see. Let's have a look. And over the course of that rest, this is the first time your mind has felt at peace, and you feel it wash over as if someone is watching over you with a hand on your shoulder, and you receive the blessing of the Red Lady, and awaken. You've been awake all night, but awaken from your trance or from your vigil, and you have the charm of the Red Lady. What this means is that your mind is settled and calm, and you feel that you can use this energy that the Red Lady has imparted to you to dispel madness from your psyche. Shed it like water running off your back.
Nice.
And so each of you has 3 madness levels that you can just decide not to gain or to lose if you've already got some. I think Solotl, you're on 1 right now, and
yeah.
Deke, you're on 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
It's just for ourselves. We cannot do it to anyone else.
No, this is about if you would gain a madness level, you can expend the charm to avoid that.
Okay.
So you can expend one of yours straight away if you want, Solotl, to reset yourself back to 0.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. And you awaken.
Are we also long resting? Because I've got to prepare the spell if we want to actually use it.
Yeah, let's assume.
Yeah. Sorry, isn't it a ritual?
Oops.
Just calling it up.
Water breathing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. So I guess yeah.
So you could cast it regardless. Yeah. So if you want to take the 6 hours of break, a couple of hours into that time, the few of you that are hanging around out the front, you hear and the door opens, and Mr. Blind is there, and he says, and he comes in to see if there's any, give you a last chance before they head off if you want to trade that staff of Revivify for a apparatus of Qualish.
I've already given it to Deke, so.
Okay. Right.
I guess I tell him that.
Okay.
I've already passed it on.
Ah,
Sorry.
right. Anything else? Comparable power?
No.
Okay. Oh, well, worth a try. And he goes back out the door.
That was a pretty good try since they were leaving. They would just leave with your stuff, and you would never get the chance to use your credits.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll call it here. It's just gone midnight, or almost, and that's a big 4-hour session. So
Yeah, that's good. I really do want to go to like Asylum or anywhere, with just the 4 of us.
yeah,
Yeah, I also want to go to SL.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can pick up the conversation with this investigator next week.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. That's fun.
Bye.
Some tough fights.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See ya.